Greetings, YouTube. I'll admit I didn't even know that this was a new crystal in the crystal store. But I was requested by a couple people to review it and grade it as I do the 6-star featured crystal. And I think here's the deal. The 5-star featured crystal over the years, of course, because it's a 5-star, doesn't get the same, and understandably so, hype and attention that the 6-star does. I would say 5 stars are criminally underrated at this point. Because so many people that I talk to behind the scenes or hear from or even see in the comments say 5 stars are the new 4 stars. That is such a disrespect to what you can do with 5 stars. I can't tell you how many people have submitted Act 7 exploration submissions or Abyss completion or exploration submissions or even the Gauntlet. The hardest content in the game with 5-star champions. Yeah, it might take you, let's say, I think this is an exaggeration, but let's say it takes you 100 more hits for a 565 5-star to take down the defender versus a rank 4 6-star. 100 more hits. Is 100 more hits for somebody who's fairly skilled? To me, that's like 3 to 4 revives, max. 3 to 4 revives, is that worth hundreds or thousands of dollars? No! Right? That's worth like 120, max 160, 200 units. But that is the perception now. And it's never been cheaper to rank up 5 stars. Or for that matter, to awaken them and max sig them, even though it still takes a long time to get 6 stones for 5 stars. But at least you get them in daily 22-hour events. So, we've got the featured 6-star here and the featured 5-star here. Now, here's the reason why I decided to take this on. Yeah, we'll talk about it. But the featured 5-star historically has been a source for future, we're talking about future as in the next 4 months, 3 months. The next 3 to 4 months, it's likely that some of these champions will be buffed. And so this is like a leak of some of the champions that Kabam is planning on buffing or overhauling or tuning up, as they like to call it. So we'll start with Cyclops Blue Team. Now, Cyclops Blue Team, I think, should get a buff. I'm not saying that he needs a complete rework, but I do think it's weird that we have 2 Cyclops in the game that have the exact same animations. And it's also worth noting that we are starting to hear rumbles after the Kamala Khan show, spoiler alert, kind of previewed or gave us a small glimpse into the idea that mutants are now part of the MCU. So it is expected that this will be a continued theory in the new She-Hulk show, but even if it's not directly addressed, in future MCU properties of both TV shows and movies, mutants will return to the fray as 20th Century Fox was bought out by Disney, who now owns the rights to the X-Men. With that being said, would you like to see a buff to Cyclops, finally? I know Kabam Mike probably is so excited about this because he is his preferred Alliance War attacker, and if you have no idea what I'm talking about, it is satire, but also a weird quote from a post he made on the forums years ago that really, it was one of the first times that I was like, does this guy play the game? What is he talking about? Domino, fantastic. I don't expect her to get buffed. Emma Frost, look at all these mutants. Bishop, speaking of mutants. Black Panther Civil War, who, interesting enough, KT1 confirmed this weekend, was going to get a buff. We knew that he was going to get a buff for a while, but then they kind of kicked it back. And so now I guess maybe it'll be in the next 6 months. We'll see. Elsa is one of my favorite champions. I won quite a few Battlegrounds fights with her, as people forgot that when she starts bleeding, that's one of like the few advantages to going into Battlegrounds with Suicide Zone. Korg, annoying defender, not somebody I get truly excited to get though. Black Widow Deadly Origin, one of my favorite champs in the game, my newest rank 4. Scorpion, one of the highest rated, most popular champions to hunt in the game. and one of the best champions of the last year. Hulk Rag, solid, but I don't know if anyone uses him now. Rhino definitely deserves a buff. Wasp, solid. Rinchra, Wong, Wiccan. Voodoo, we got some 6-star rank 4 gameplay submitted to the channel for Voodoo I need to get to. Hulkling, Gore the God Butcher. Medusa is a great champion as always. Spider-Man Symbiote deserves a buff. Sentinel, very solid. Guardian, very solid. Ultron, one of my favorite champions in the game. And Doc Ock used to be a top 5 tech champ. Now you could argue he's not a top 20. I mean, this crystal doesn't blow me away. I think it deserves a couple more beyond God tier champs for God tier champs, to be honest. But if it gives us a preview of Cyclops being buffed or Rhino being buffed, certainly it does, I guess, unofficially Black Panther Civil War being buffed. That's a win for the community. So, our Rhino and Cyclops blue team finally getting buffed. Would you be happy about that? If they just took out one of the Cyclops instead of one Cyclops in the game, I wouldn't even notice. Just a fun fact. All right, well, have a great rest of your day or night or whatever time you chose to click on this video. I appreciate that you not only clicked on the video, but maybe, just maybe, submitted a comment underneath to let me know your thoughts.